Hey everybody, it is me from the future here to bring you some information from times that are just distant glimmering beacons of light, which is kind of true because of time zones. So hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about the global update and specifically with Resnick. And you know what? It's been weeks upon 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 weeks for globalers with just tons and tons of limited banners. And congratulations, you finally made it through. Welcome to the era of not that many limiteds, although quite possibly still some limiteds. And the reason that we're just going to say that really quickly is because Resnick does mark the start of a series of non-limited banners, but there are going to be a few limited characters and limited time stuff to look forward to. Specifically, the main thing will be Valentine Iltira, which will come at some point in the next couple of months. And also the summer units, which should be right around the corner as well. We're not too much further. JP hasn't even announced its summer units yet. I don't think it'll be coming in the month of June. I think it'll be July, and then August will probably just be some more story units, as well as potentially a redo of an old collaboration. So FF7 Part 2, Final Fantasy 6 Part 2, don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. I wonder if I should make a bet on it right now. Anyway, besides there's something in my eye, the main thing with this new update is Resnick. And while a lot of people are probably not going to be super in a hurry to get a 90 cost character, I do want to speak to the strength of her. She is a devout, she is a arithmetician, and she is a thief. Basically works out to being a pretty nicely statted healer that is quite capable with keeping up with a lot of other characters. Her TMR gives increased all attack resistance by 10% for 3 turns for allies, so not necessarily just for herself. It's also potentially good for other people, but the big thing with this character is definitely her limit burst. A massive diamond AoE heal that increases attack and magic by 40% and dispels all debuff for allies. It's actually really, really strong. I've come up against it multiple times in Arena over the last few months, and I say multiple because wasn't exactly a plethora of times, but every time I did fight against a Resnick, it was a little bit tougher. She, with a good combination of just really tanky characters, to which Global might know a few tanky style characters in the Thunder element on your side. Effectively, a lot of enemies just smack up against the Thunder characters, hit them down, and then this comes in with an incredibly high-powered heal, potentially removes any debuffs that have been put on your characters, which basically translates to a large waste of AP by your enemies. Now, I'm not saying that this character is just great across the board in all elements. Specifically, when I have seen her in PvP style settings, it has been very much specifically with the Thunder element and only the Thunder element. But she isn't only a Thunder elemental character. You can potentially put her on a team. You could potentially put her on other elements. She still has a big heal. Her buffs effectively work on other elemental characters too. And her dispel effect is still generally pretty strong. Kind of a new iteration upon Ayaka, if you will. As for Thief, I mean, she has Steal, increased evasion rate, to decrease CT for the target while increasing agility, and all that stuff can be potentially good in very specific places, but for the most part, like, decrease CT and increase agility might be the only thing you're really looking to get out of her Thief. As for Arithmetician, however, very strong ability with a lot of use for farming, does make Thunder a more consistent farming element to bring up, because I am contractually obligated by the water element to bring him up every single time. You look at what has been my most successful farming party across the entire board, and it's usually this. And it's, you have essentially 3 DPSs, a tank, and a healer in there as well, just to make sure that in case anything does go wrong, you're covered. It just gives you peace of mind kind of thing. Looking at the Thunder element here, I mean, Thunder has a lot of good damage dealers. It already has Charlotte for potentially tanking style character. But a good UR healer is definitely where Thunder has needed, and an arithmetician does have its own advantages. Looking at like her main job, it's essentially a lot of support. I mean, I think Devout isn't really anything too new. She also is capable of dealing or giving a physical barrier to a unit and decreasing her own target. This is for getting up to job level 25, and it is really good in PvP because of her range and everything, because she can actually heal from and support from a pretty big distance. Her AI sometimes doesn't need to go all the way in, which means that she can sometimes be a little more effective at evading AoE attacks. And also decreasing her own hatred is just really strong for a healer. I really like it. It's one of the things I like about Hope right now, and it's one of the things I like about Resnick still. Now, Resnick has never appeared in my account, so unfortunately, she's one of the ones that I did pass up on, but now with the Thunder element really coming into its own by acquisition of Cloud, Ibarra and Esther on Global, as well as the brand new and fantastic character of Lightning, which if you want more data about that, please go watch the videos that I have made about her, both of them. Or all three, I don't remember at this point. But yeah, I think that Resnick is potentially a good get now or later. There's lots of free pulls. She's not a limited time character, but if you are a Thunder Element main, definitely think you should potentially just pick her up now to make your life and farming just easier, and potentially arena matches too. So yeah, honestly, I do recommend potentially getting Resnick if you are a Thunder main. You might be able to get by with just some lower tier trickery, but I do think that she is a worthwhile investment right now. And if nothing else, just get the shards if you're planning on picking her up later. All right, so that's all, but I do want to talk about you guys have class match coming. Let's see, you have some new items and features. And, a limited guild battle, video summon misconduct. You guys been showing adult-rated videos in your, video thing again? Chat translation function and all of this. All of this is generally nice, but the thing I do want to talk about specifically, not the 11 million download login, I do... or Lucio's sword, actually. You know what? Let's talk about Lucio's sword really quickly, because it's really good. But it might also be kind of tricky for people to get. So this is Lucio's sword. This is what it looks fully maxed out. To do it, you will have to do a bunch of quests to get not only the sword, but the equipment to upgrade the sword. Short of being a +5, it is a little bit lacking. Getting it up to a +5 is definitely your interest, because it's just such a huge power boost for Lucio with a big attack increase, defense reduction prevention, and some more just resistances and whatnot. And it's a really nicely statted weapon, so I cannot get this thing. There's like an eyelash in my eye. But all right, I'm just gonna pretend I'm doing this with, or I'm just going to do this with, one eye right now. So looking at the EX quest, this is where you will find it. And some of these challenges are not necessarily the easiest. So if you are having trouble, don't struggle. Go check out a guide about it. I think a couple of the really big ones that will catch by surprise is potentially defeating everything within 7 turns. That was one of the ones that I found the most difficult. And the other one I found that I note some people have found difficult is this one, because there are just so many challenges here. Not letting certain characters die, potentially killing 2 units at once, I think is one of them. Item usage is never really that bad, but doing everything all at once, it can take a few times. So definitely, if you're having trouble with it, check out some guides and everything. I know that JP players have done it. I may even have done it, but I have since forgotten about it. And yeah, that segments into the last thing I want to talk about, which is the Farplane quest, which when it comes out on global will be a little bit restrictive, and over time it will add more and more things, but this is what the JP side looks like right now. And I do believe that it was confirmed that you are capable of opening one of these every 24 hours. You can unlock an event of your choosing for free once every day. So if there's a lot of pieces of equipment that you've been missing over time, especially for newer players, this is such a great quality of life because it really does not only allow you to do the story events that you have missed and open the quest shops that you have missed. All of that is really good. But if we head over here, I mean, you can pick up equipment that you've missed, and that has been a major sticking and real shit point for Wotv, and yeah, I'm not mincing words on that one. But the other thing is that you are able to farm certain characters that have come with events. Christ is really important for doing the water selection quest and Etra. I don't know, maybe you just want for completion's sake. But even into the future with some of the cheap, free SSRs that are coming, you can even get them through these. So yeah, the selection. This is a really great feature that has been added to the game for both new and long-term players. And don't forget about it. It is something that you should be thinking about every day. So as lightning gestures, that this is the end of the video. Hope you found this informative and helpful, and see you. I will be live streaming later this evening. Actually, that's true whether I'm doing this on Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna go get this thing out of my eye. Thanks for watching.